Hey, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed about secessionists. They seem to have forgotten how things turned out the last time. Following the re-election of President Barack Obama, the United States has been gripped by secessionitis. Sort of. See, the White House website allows visitors to start online petitions. And the deal is, once a petition reaches 25,000 signatures, it gets reviewed and officially responded to. And as of about 2 weeks ago, the petition for the state of Texas to secede from the Union had garnered over 100,000 signatures, and similar petitions from 6 other southern states had collected 30,000 signatures each. And only one of those states, the state of Florida, went for President Obama in the recent election, and very narrowly at that. All 7 of those states were members of the Confederacy during the American Civil War. Go figure. Hey, speaking of the Confederacy, how did they do when they tried to secede the last time? It's not that I need reminding, but apparently somebody does, because they say things like, "The South will rise again." How tired are we all of hearing this? Here in Maryland, I hear rednecks saying it all the time, mostly to each other, and it's also a popular bumper sticker and t-shirt graphic. Here are some annoying things about it, though. First, no, the South will not rise again. Your ancestors had an army. You have petitions filed at the website of the government you want to secede from. Second, the South was only able to rise in the first place because of the millions of people its wealthy class had enslaved, and that's not really the case these days. And third, even if the South did somehow manage to rise again, that would be right before the rest of the country stood up to bid the South a very fond farewell and good riddance. Why would the rest of the country do that to the South? Well, the thing is, they need the rest of the country more than the rest of the country needs them. One of the reasons cited by the petitioners for wanting to leave the Union is the amount of federal spending, and a lot of that money gets spent to fund programs that provide relief to the poor, programs like public housing and food stamps and Medicaid, etc. A conservative Facebook acquaintance of mine recently complained about all the welfare bums in the urban blue states and how we have them to thank for 4 more years of Obama. Well, let's see about that. I have some maps I want to show you on picture back there. These are taken from a New York Times article from this past February, and they're based on data from 2009. Now, this first one is the overall distribution of federal benefits. That's everything, including Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, veterans benefits, income benefits, everything, all over the country. Do you notice anything sort of interesting about this map? Lots of dark red in the southeastern states. Darker colors indicate a higher percentage of federal spending in that county, and lighter colors means, of course, a lower percentage of federal spending in that county. Let's just see another map. This next one is for Social Security benefits, Medicare, and Medicaid. And as you can see, it's a bit more evenly distributed. It doesn't quite have that southeastern concentration as the overall benefits map does. And let's take a look at one more here. This one is just for income support benefits, which include things like food stamps and disability payments. Let's take a look at that one. Oh, ho! Look away, Dixieland. You know, another study from 2005 found that with the exceptions of Texas and Florida, every state in the old Confederacy actually receives more money in federal spending than its citizens pay in federal taxes. So, do you guys really want to leave? Good luck. They fundamentally misunderstand how the United States is supposed to work. Here's the thing. The United States is one thing. It's a single country. It's not 50 little countries that just like to hang out together a lot. It's one country. And a state does not get to drop out just because a majority of its population don't like the way an election went. Remember, we kind of had a civil war to settle that question. Look, there are a lot of us here, okay? And we all have differing priorities, differing values, different opinions on how things should be run around here. We're not all going to be happy all of the time. You have a right to vote. You don't have a right for every election to turn out exactly the way you want it, and you don't have a right to have everyone that we elect to our government do everything we think they should do all of the time. It doesn't work that way. Liberals survived President Bush. Conservatives will survive President Obama. You win some, you lose some. Welcome to fucking life. Having said that, I am aware that I've sort of been wasting my breath these last few minutes talking about these modern day secessionists, because the bottom line is they're not going anywhere and everybody knows it. The people who sign these petitions are like big fat babies crying for their bottles, not because they're actually hungry, but because they're spoiled little pricks. I say close the door, let them cry. Yeah, they'll be noisy at first, but eventually they'll quiet down and fall asleep, or into a diabetic coma. Either way, it shouldn't take long. The hardest part is only picking 5. Catch you next time.